Greetings, my fellow normies. This is Artemis. This is episode 2 of Mandalorian. And I just want to say that I'm doing these reviews. I know that the episodes are 5 months old and stuff, but with everybody home due to what's going on and stuff, that's what I'm doing. I just want to say that I'm a normie, as a lot of people claim, and I hope that you enjoy my reviews and like them, share them, and all that. So this episode 2 is the child, and this episode picks up right after first episode. I want to say that before we get into this episode, it seems to be cut rather odd in a way in which it seems like it was a movie format in a way. But oh well, let's see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? So, um, so it picks up where we left off with the Mandalorian has Baby Yoda after excellent introduction with IG-88 scene in which he kills the bounty hunter and takes Yoda, the Baby Yoda, in the first episode. And it was a great opening episode. I really, really enjoyed it and stuff. I know that there's a lot of controversy and stuff like that, but the this is my second go at it and stuff like that, so I'm doing reviews on it. So it's kind of a slow burn, and it plays it very careful. And you can see that in every episode too, as well, that they're really, really being careful with the way that they're doing things and stuff because they don't know if it's gonna do well, and all that. So we start off and leave off where it left off, where Mando is walking through what appears to be a cavern of sorts in which he is jumped by several Bossk species, and I'm assuming there are other bounty hunters and stuff. It's a great scene. It kind of gives you another aspect of the Mandalorian and what he's doing and his fighting style and people that are after the Baby Yoda, not knowing what it was and stuff because all they have is these fobs and stuff like that. And we'll get into these fobs later and stuff like that because I just don't understand how these fobs work. I know that a lot of people are, it's kind of controversial and so on and so forth. So, um, also too, I want to point out if you're not aware already, this show was shooting um, images kind of like on a green screen still and stuff like that, but with new technology in which I guess they go out and they take imagery of a real area and stuff like that. And then I guess they project it onto a big screen or some sort so it looks more real and stuff. And you can see it and stuff like that a little bit, and because I follow a lot of people on YouTube channel, different channels and stuff like that that have expertise in film cutting and how all that stuff goes and stuff. And, as a normie, you don't really think about it, you know what I'm saying? And all that. And so I think this kind of gives us this kind of look at what you know what might be construed or otherwise seen or not seen by a normie or just average person that's trying to enjoy a TV show. And I'm not saying that this I'm not going to go into this situation which I didn't like it and stuff. There's some aspects, there's some areas, concerns that I do have and stuff like that. But it's not that critical in my review here. I know a lot of people had and was critical about the Baby Yoda, but I really like Baby Yoda, to be honest. I also respect that of others about Baby Yoda out there on YouTube videos that have done reviews and stuff like that, and I share their opinions and stuff like that. They're very relevant issues. Disney, with all things that they're doing and leveraging and what they have, it's rather pathetic too as well. Yet they should never, in my opinion, gotten rid of the EU and Legends. I mean, some of the best and some of the worst in terms of writing, but I'd say the majority was good. But with all that's going on, and stuff like that, Disney threw away a lot of what they had in terms of they could have had the next 20 years of content, and they just don't know what they're doing with the franchise, and it just shows. But enough of my rant. In getting back to the cave scene, it's nice to see the boss species, which we had only seen in the movies and some of the cartoons, but the fight scene for some seems rather slow. I don't know why, but perhaps it is the way it is, you know what I'm saying? So, but I really enjoyed the scene, and the Mandalorian really dispatched them pretty quickly, and all that. I don't know how the hell you fight in that armor, you know what I'm saying? So, but hey, three bosses against one Mandalorian and stuff. But shortly after the scene and stuff, he gets out of it and he goes to another location, which he's trying to make it back to his ship, of course, and he stops to fix a lot of his damage from his armor from the fight and stuff. And this is where it gets kind of interesting because the Mandalorian takes off his, I believe it's front chest plate and stuff like that, and as such, you get kind of some details in which we've never actually seen any real um, detail or pieces or anything like that when it comes to um, Mandalorian armor and stuff like that, and all that. And he's trying to fix it and so on and so forth, and Baby Yoda is seeing that he's injured and he's trying to heal him, force heal him and stuff like that from what it looks like, and stuff. And Mando is trying to repair his stuff, and Baby Yoda keeps walking up and trying to get out and stuff like that, like a baby does, And so, but looking at and seeing a lot of the armor detail and stuff like that, it was pretty cool and stuff. I thought it would, it's just kind of interesting, and stuff. But so as we go on, Amanda returns to his ship only to find that the Jawas from Tatooine dismantled his ship. He uses this freaking awesome weapon that just vaporizes the Jawas, dude, and stuff. It's rather cool to see, to be honest. Attempting, I guess, in a way, he's trying to attempt to stop him or something. I'm just not too sure what that's supposed to do, but they scramble. Mandalorian goes after the Jawas, only to basically be overpowered by the Jawas and knocked out cold, and Baby Yoda left on his own. It's rather exciting scene, I have to say. Some of the scenes like this, and it feels like that of the Old West scene. I really appreciated it. I know that the creator's Jon Favreau is the creator behind it. I also know that a lot of people had issues with this episode, but I find it fun to watch. Yes, I know I'm a normie, but I'm also critical of some of the other issues on hand as to why would you attempt to do what you did in putting Baby Yoda at risk when the Mandalorian was knocked out. When later on you're going to go to the Ugnaught Krell and get help. So why would you risk yourself and risk the life of your bounty and stuff like that, and all that. So and then Mando returns to his ship. He attempts to start it. I mean, you've seen the stills of Mando's ship, the Razor um, Razorback, and I'm really surprised it did anything. You know what I'm saying, with everything that they tore out of it. The Jawas. That's what they do. Um, So, I'm kind of like, really? The scene's like, I'm like, what are they attempting here? I just don't know the purpose behind all of, what, you know, to Javas. Why are they on this planet of Arvla 7? I wasn't aware that Jawas, even are a spacefaring species. They're scrappers, but who knows? They got there somehow, I guess, and they just happen to have this big giant vehicle that we have only seen on Tatooine. So, I don't know. So Mando goes back to the Ugnaught Krell for help. The character is voiced by Nick Nolte. Very interesting character, and I really enjoyed Krell. Upon getting back to Krell's homestead, Baby Yoda is with him, of course. While he is talking with Mando, Baby Yoda is playing, and he's also playing with some frogs, in which Baby Yoda eats them, and it was a rather funny scene. Anybody with kids know the baby's always putting things in their mouths is something similar. Small baby getting into things as they do. Nothing. Nonetheless, it was kind of a funny scene, kind of like a parent, you know, doing what they do with them, So, in talking with Krell, Krell agrees to help Mando get, or barter something with the Jawas to get the parts back for his ship and all that. A lot of haggling, basically, in order to get the ship back and running. So the deal with the Jawas and stuff like that. But the Mando had really nothing to really to barter with, I guess, to get his parts back, and and all that. So they agree to the Jawas telling Mando that he needs to retrieve an egg from a beast. During all of this, the beast gets pissed off. I'm assuming the egg is an offspring. We're assuming at this point. For some reason, the egg is something special. We don't know why at this stage. So we see something from Baby Yoda in which the beast is attacking Mando. Mando here is basically getting his butt kicked. It's full of dirt and mud, just grimy. I kind of like this, and this what it looks like a space rhinoceros, I guess you want to say, in doing so, Yoda uses his force powers against the beast to help save Mando. Um, this is another thing that's kind of weird. Mando is rather taken back by this scene um, of what he is witnessing, and one has to wonder: does Mando know of Force users? I mean, they probably know, but at this stage, you don't know. He's in the outer rim. He's always on the go, on the move, and so on and so forth. So, who knows? But I would assume he would, right? So I don't know. Also, I forgot to add, Mando is just, I mentioned earlier, he's caked in mud, just caked in it and stuff. It's pretty fun episode and scene, to be honest. So he retrieves this egg. It's knocked out, um, and in all of this too as well. After Baby Yoda uses his force powers, he's kind of knocked out again and stuff and exhausted from using his powers. Um, Amanda returns with out of the egg in exchange. You were wondering what or why they want this egg, only to discover they basically crack it open, eat yellow goo of some sorts. The scene reminds me of something. I don't know why, but you all recall the scene in Galaxy Quest where they are on the planet with aliens at a mine to retrieve the sphere for their drive system. And so if the scene is set up in regards to an injured alien is limping towards the other mine workers, they surround him and eat him, their fellow miner and stuff, dude. That's I don't know why, but that scene kind of reminded me of that. So I don't know, so Amanda returns with Krill and the baby to the Razor Crest while griping about doing the repairs to his ship, which is understandable. Mando, during the repairs of the ship, asked Krell if he would like to stay on with him as he could use somebody as his and all that, but he goes, "I've been in servitude for too long, and I don't wish to do this so again." Even Mando goes as far as, offering him some of the bounty, and he respectfully declines. In fact, I think just because of the Baby Yoda, and during and after them fixing the ship and all that, Mando does a pre-check liftoff of and leaving Krell behind. Mando is watching as the baby sleep. Without seeing Mando's facial expression, you can tell that the Mando has some doubt about handing off this bounty. We still assume he will be handing off the bounty, and the episode closes out for episode 3. It's kind of amazing though, the guy's wearing a helmet just like in the movie Dread with Carl Urban. You get so much expression, yet you don't see no face. You know what I'm saying? And stuff, and I think that it really says something about the writing and the directing and the actor behind it, and all that. So my opinion on the episode, I really like this episode. Had a lot of areas of interest of any Star Wars fan. I watch a lot of Star Wars with my son. I like Star Wars. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but I am seeing that being episode 2, this is the second time watching it due to our situation. I decided to review it. I found and find it has been I know and I understand that it's been 5 months ago, you know what I'm saying, but I wanted some stuff to review and kind of see how things go with this channel and so on and so forth. However, I'm seeing that The Mandalorian is playing it safe, like I mentioned in the beginning. I'm not surprised in part to what Disney has done to the Star Wars brand. They have made it into a disaster. What they don't know, what they have, like so many other franchises, is truly sad, even for a normie. You know, all we want is good storytelling, good directing, good acting, and a good story. That's all. I mean, even fanfic in many ways is a lot better than some of this stuff that we're getting and stuff. And it could be, some of it can be cheesy and the background and rudimentary stuff I can bypass as a normie, and I just wish that they would get their crap together. It's so disheartening just to see these people that have these beloved franchises doing what they're doing to it, and I think it speaks volumes even for someone like me who's a normie, and but I don't want to rant anymore. I hope you enjoyed my review. I know it's 5 months into the season already being dropped and all that. But I want to thank you for listening. I would just want to ask you to subscribe, share my video. Um, Please excuse me as I am still new at this, so I am trying my best. So if you would, please cut me a break. In the meantime, I want you all to be all the normie you can be, and live long and prosper. Take care.